Did you know that 43% of renters regret their choice of rental property? That's nearly half of all tenants wishing they'd make a different decision. But here's the kicker. Most of these regrets stem from easily avoidable mistakes. Stick around and I'll show you how to dodge these rental pitfalls like a pro. Today we're diving into the wild world of house rentals. I've seen countless people stumble into rental nightmares. But don't worry, I'm about to spill the tea on what I wish I knew before renting a house. Get ready to level up your rental game, because today I'll take it to what I wish I knew before renting a house. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our video updates. Plus, it helps us spread the Thrive Wise love to help more people thrive wisely. Now, let's begin. Let's get real for a second. Renting a house isn't just about finding a cute place with good vibes. It's a financial and lifestyle decision that can make or break your daily grind. The challenges? Well, they're sneakier than a cat on catnip. First up, we've got the classic love at first sight syndrome. You walk into a place, fall head over heels for the exposed brick and skyline view, and suddenly you're ready to sign on the dotted line. But hold up, that impulsive decision could lead to a world of hurt down the road. Then there's the budget blunder. You find a place that's just within your budget, but oops, you forgot about utilities, parking, and that pesky pet rent. Before you know it, you're eating ramen for dinner. Again, let's not forget the location letdown. Sure, that trendy neighborhood looks amazing on Instagram, but did you check the commute time during rush hour? Or if there's a grocery store within walking distance? These seemingly small details can turn your dream rental into a daily nightmare. And don't even get me started on the lease agreement labyrinth. It's a jungle of legal jargon that can leave you scratching your head and potentially signing away your firstborn. Yikes. So you should grab your notepads because we're about to embark on a journey through the treacherous terrain of house renting mistakes. Consider me your GPS, guiding you away from the potholes and towards rental bliss. First up, let's start off with mistake number 1, skipping the inspection. Picture this. You've just moved into your new rental. You're feeling like a boss, unpacking your stuff when suddenly you hear dripping. That's not the sound of success. That's the sound of a leaky faucet that's about to turn your first week into a plumbing nightmare. Here's the tea. 35% of renters report maintenance issues within the first month of moving in. So don't be a statistic. Treat your rental inspection like you're buying a used car from that sketchy dealer down the street. Trust no one. Check everything. And speaking of inspections, don't just rely on your eyes. Use your nose too. If something smells funky, well, it probably is. Unless it's just that last tenant's attempt at brewing kombucha in the closet. Either way, you want to know before you sign. Mistake number 2, the lease agreement limbo. Now let's talk about that novel-length document known as the lease agreement. It's about as exciting as watching paint dry, but skimming it is like playing rental Russian roulette. Fun fact, 62% of renters admit they didn't fully read their lease agreement. That's more people than those who actually read the terms and conditions before clicking I agree on software updates. But here's the thing, that lease is more important than the latest TikTok trend. It's the difference between living your best rental life and ending up in a real-life version of a horror movie where the landlord is the villain. So put your detective hat on and scrutinize that lease like you're trying to decode the Da Vinci Code. Look for sneaky clauses about rent increases, maintenance responsibilities, and pet policies. And if you see something that makes less sense than cryptocurrency, you should ask questions. Mistake number 3, neglecting to research the neighborhood. You wouldn't buy shoes without trying them on, right? So why would you rent a house without test driving the neighborhood? Here's a shocking statistic: 44% of renters say they would have chosen a different neighborhood if they had done more research. That's almost half of all renters living in their own personal version of The Truman Show, where the set isn't quite what they expected. So channel your inner Sherlock Holmes and investigate that neighborhood like your sanity depends on it. Because it does. Stake out a local cafe and see if the barista knows everyone's name and order. That's neighborhood gold right there. Take a drive during rush hour. If it takes you longer to get out of the neighborhood than it does to binge watch a season of your favorite show, you might want to reconsider. And don't forget the Midnight Madness check. Take a nighttime stroll. If it's quieter than a library or louder than a rock concert, you'll know if it fits your vibe. Oh, and swing by the local supermarket. If the only fresh produce is a sad-looking lemon, well, you might be entering a food desert. Mistake number 4. Ignoring the fine print. Remember that time you agreed to the terms and conditions without reading them? And suddenly, you found your social media flooded with ads for embarrassing medical conditions. Yeah, ignoring the fine print in your lease could be way worse. Watch out for the automatic renewal trap. It's like a gym membership that never ends. And before you know it, you're locked in for another year of regret. And then there's the sneaky no guest clause. Suddenly, your home becomes Fort Knox, and your social life goes the way of the dodo. Don't forget about the no alterations rule. Want to hang that artsy poster you bought? Well, sorry, even thumbtacks are considered weapons of mass destruction in some leases. And let's not even get started on the lawn care confusion. You might end up responsible for maintaining a lawn the size of a football field with nothing but a pair of scissors. Mistake number 5. Forgetting to document everything. Picture this. You're moving out, ready to get that sweet security deposit back. But wait, the landlord claims you turned the pristine white walls into a Jackson Pollock painting. Without proof, you're about as defenseless as a snowman in summer. Here's a mind-blowing fact. Only 36% of renters thoroughly document the condition of their rental when moving in. The rest? They're basically playing rental roulette with their security deposit. So channel your inner paparazzi and document everything. I'm talking photos, videos, timestamps, the works. If a CSI team could recreate the scene from your documentation, you're on the right track. And don't just do this when you move in. Make it a habit. That way, when you inevitably spill red wine on the carpet, because we've all been there, you have proof it wasn't you. It was clearly the cat, or a very clumsy ghost. Alright, we've covered a lot of ground. But here's the golden nugget, the crown jewel of rental wisdom. Never ever sign a lease without thoroughly understanding your rights as a tenant. Here's why this is game-changing. Your tenant rights are your rental superpower. They're like a force field protecting you from unscrupulous landlords and unfair practices. But here's the kicker. These rights can vary wildly depending on where you live. Did you know that in some states, landlords are required to provide air conditioning, while others it's considered a luxury? Or that in certain cities, there are strict limits on how much your rent can be increased each year. Understanding your rights means knowing when to stand your ground and when to seek help. It's the difference between being at the mercy of your landlord and being an empowered tenant who knows exactly what they're entitled to. So before you sign on the dotted line, do yourself a favor. Look up the tenant rights in your area. It might not be as exciting as binge watching your favorite show, but trust me, it's the most binge-worthy content for your rental journey. Your future self will thank you when you're living in rental harmony instead of rental hell. All you need to remember is that renting smart means inspecting thoroughly, reading the fine print, researching the neighborhood, documenting everything, and knowing your rights. Armed with these insights, you're no longer a rental rookie. You're a savvy tenant ready to conquer the rental market. Also, What's the one thing you wish you knew before renting your first place? Share your rental wisdom below, and let's help each other avoid those facepalm moments. And well, that's basically what I wish I knew before renting a house. And thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And hey, it seems that YouTube thinks that the next video can completely transform your financial situation. Watch it to find out whether they're correct. And please don't forget to click the subscribe button to see more videos on how to thrive wisely. Till next time.